Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Love Lead Succeed podcast. You know, there is a half second between what happens to you and how you respond to it. And most of us never notice that half second. We think our reactions are automatic, that they are simply happening to us. But that half second is where leadership actually lives. And today, I want to show you how to find it, to protect it, and use it. So the cost of losing the pause, I spent years believing that a fast reaction was the same thing as a strong one. Someone challenged a decision in a meeting and I answered before they could even finish their sentence. And, I received an email that felt unfair and I had a response drafted within minutes. I call that instinct. I call that being sharp. What I did not see was that I was skipping the one moment that actually mattered the most, the moment where I got to choose. And when you skip the pause, you are not leading. You are unfortunately reacting, and reacting from an old pattern rather than a present decision. The tone you regret in a meeting, the message you wish you had not sent, the decision you made because you felt cornered rather than because it was right. Almost all of those trace back to a missing half second. I think of it now as the difference between a reflex and a response. A reflex protects you from something that already happened before, and a response meets you at what is actually right in front of you right now. And most of us are running on reflex far more often than we realize, especially in the moments that carry the most weight. So why we skip it? Well, we skip the pause because stillness can feel like a weakness. And in fast-moving environments, speed gets rewarded, and a quick answer looks like confidence. But there is a difference in between a fast decision made with clarity and a fast reaction made with adrenaline. One builds trust, and the other usually needs repairing later. There's also a quieter reason. Many of us learn early that hesitation was dangerous, that a pause left a room or someone to interrupt us or dismiss us or take a moment away from us. So we always need to fill that gap, and then we think we need to fill it with an answer. But the pattern serves you as a crisis, and it does not serve you in your own home or in a meeting or, at the end of a long day. I remember a season in my career when I prided myself on never missing a beat. Someone would ask a question, a difficult one, and I had the answer before they even finished asking. I thought that made me sharp. What it actually meant was that I had stopped listening to the moment and I started formulating my reply. I was so focused on staying quick that I had quietly stopped being present. And being present is everything. So it's about protecting one deliberate breath before you respond, especially in the moment that matters the most. I use a simple practice. When something lands, whether it's a hard question, a piece of criticism, or a decision I am being pushed to make quickly, I ask myself one question before I speak. What do I actually want this response to accomplish? And that question interrupts the automatic pattern. It does not eliminate, of course, the emotion, and it should not. It simply creates enough space for the emotion to inform you instead of drive you. I have watched this single shift change how executive women show up in negotiations, in difficult conversations with their team, and honestly, in conversations with their own families. So here's a practical tool or something you can use today. The next time you feel the urge to just respond immediately, whether by voice or by keyboard, count to 3 before your first word. not to calm down for the sake of calming down, but to give yourself the half second you have been skipping. In 3 seconds, you can ask that question. What do I want this response to accomplish? And you will be surprised how often your first instinct changes. If you are in a meeting and 3 seconds feels too visible, try this instead. Take one full breath before you answer, and nobody in the room will notice the breath. You will notice everything that changes because of it. And if you are drafting an email or a message that carries any charge at all, write it, then wait before you send it. Read it back once with the question in mind. You will often find a better version of what you meant to say, where this shows up beyond work. This is not only a workplace practice. The half second matters just as much at home, in the moment your child says something that stings or your partner asks a question at exactly the wrong time. Protecting that pause is just as much an act of leadership as protecting it in a boardroom. In both places, it is the difference between the version of you that reacts and the version of you that chooses. A question I hear often, the question I get most about this, is whether pausing will make you look uncertain, especially as a woman in a senior role, where confidence is already like the focus more closely than it should be. I understand the concern, but in my experience, the opposite is true. A composed pause reads as authority. A rushed answer, even a correct one, often reads as reactivity. The people in the room are far more likely to trust a response that arrived at a beat later and landed clearly than the other way around. There is always a difference worth naming between a pause and a stall. A pause is deliberate and brief, a breath, a moment of genuine consideration. A stall is avoidance dressed up as thoughtfulness. If you find yourself using the pause to dodge a decision entirely, that is a different pattern and one worth looking at, honestly. The pause I am describing today is not about delaying the hard answer. It is about making sure the hard answer is actually yours. So leadership is not about having no reaction. It's about owning the half second before the reaction becomes your response. And that pause is not hesitation, and it's not a weakness. It is where your best thinking lives, and it is available to you every single time, whether you use it or not. And if this episode resonated with you, I would love to hear which part landed. And if you are ready to look more closely at where your time and energy are actually going, I offer a free 30-minute executive renewal connection call, so you can comment, renew on other social media platform, and I'll send you all the details. And I will see you next week. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And you keep shining, growing, and living with Love Lead Succeed. I'll see you on the next episode.